Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. And like normal, I was thinking. And I remember when I was young, I would say, yeah, but my friends are doing this. And then my dad said, okay, if your friends went off and jumped off a cliff, would you jump off a cliff? And, so I'm thinking this and I'm thinking, at the time I thought, oh, how silly can you be? And now I don't, like I say, I'm uh, dyslexia. And so my reading is difficult, and I make mistakes when I read. So I don't really do social media, and I tried to do it, and then uh, now see if you're right here in front of me, I can I can read your body language, uh, the way you act, and this stuff, and I understand what you're saying. But when you put it in words and I read the words, I like I say, I make mistakes, and I'm thinking now the a lot of people use social media, and I also mentioned that you're the average of your five best friends. I don't know how many people, my best friends are the ones that I can sit down and talk to. And they become a best friend when I understand their value system. And once I understand how they stand, and that tells me more of their moral positions. And I'll tell you, um, my five best friends are moral, and that reflects on me because when they do something, I ask them, why do you do this? And he said, well, I think it's the right thing to do. And so then I'm thinking, why would you think that was the right thing to do? And then I evaluate that person, and he's got high values. Um, so how and why? And then bam, I understand. And so then that brings me up. Now I can do better by watching my friends. And what I see is I see people repeating words. And now, like, I got to remember, I'm out here in the country, so this is between the news and videos and stuff like that. What I am catching is people repeating stuff. They're not thinking. They didn't think this out and then talk about it. I think stuff out and then I talk about it. And who do I talk to? One of my five best friends. And then they will say something to me and make me think more about it also. So then it starts making sense, because that's one thing that I do is I try to use sense in my actions. And because when you, and I've mentioned this before, when you do make moral decisions, do moral actions, you're not going to be rewarded for it. The reward is you are being moral. You are doing something that you believe is good. This is the way you live your life. This is why I'm saying I judge people by the way they live their life. And and on this social media, there's people that think these people are their friends. So I say, I'm going to friend you. Oh, wow. I mean, when I was on there, I had people say, well, I'm going to unfriend you. Who the hell are you? Why do you think I even give a shit? I mean, I don't understand this. And that's because these people look at this much of a person by their words on social media, and they make a decision. And I don't believe that that decision is based on their values. They're looking for people that share their, loosely saying, values. Just because, and I've said it, because I learn more from people that disagree with me than agree with me. Now, when it comes to my friends and people I can sit down and talk to, now we can discuss it. And then I'll be swayed if you have a good reason for it. And then, now my friends are basically like me. So in other words, we'll question your beliefs. And then you have to verify why you come up with this beliefs. And it doesn't necessarily mean they've got to go along with it. That doesn't, what is that? A lot of this stuff doesn't even apply to you. So what do you, but the thing is, there's people, and I know there's going to be people, I love it when people try to debate me when it comes to morals, because morals aren't that complicated. And I'll tell you, the first thing you can look at is morals is it easy? And if it's easy, it's probably not moral, because few of the morally correct things that I do, there's no payback. I'm not attacked, because I'm always attacked. And because when you stand by your morals, I don't know if people just get jealous, or they're not thinking, or this right here is all closed, and anything that isn't under their programming is wrong. And that just tells you, that's why I don't really say people are immoral. I'm just saying that they're not moral. And you have to develop this morals, and you don't do it on social media. And you listen to these people on social media, they're really kind of weird, and they get behind something and they stay behind it, and they repeat the same words. No thought process is involved in that. There's nothing there they can back up. You can tell that a lot of times people say stuff and they can't back it up with nothing. You know what I mean? So that's why you hear me talk about stories all the time. I'm giving you a story. Something happened, and I reacted to it thinking I was doing the morally proper thing. And sometimes I did, and sometimes it was wrong. Because like I say, if I know what to do, then I just go on and do what I got to do. And then some things, it's not hard to explain why I do things. And so it's not like I'm blindly walking off the cliff with everybody else, because I don't do that stuff. I think. You know, I mean, I'll go with y'all. Y'all want to go off the cliff? Let me get my camera out. You know, I mean, so, but like I say, I've just learned something. You know, so, but like I say, social media, I think is, and it's so one-sided, and this is why younger people are kind of getting set to certain thoughts. They're not open to discussion, to thinking, talking, and you know, I mean, besides, you know, and I think it's some of it is in being spoiled, and they're getting their own way. They haven't had to work, and they haven't had the hardships to endure. And then after you have the hardship, then you build on it, and you you grow. I don't. I'm thinking they haven't had that. I think they'll get on social media, and then they do whatever they do. And like I say, because words are important, but when you don't question those words, or when those words, when questioned, aren't strong enough to hold up, you know, you're going to get misled. And I think that's what a lot is going on. That's when you hear me start talking about, because I'm trying to think this and that, all of these weird things that are going on. And, you know, I'm trying to figure out now why. And just like the body, when you're sick, you know, these are symptoms. And you have to find out what's causing those symptoms. And so then you know how to fix the problem. And this is where I came up with the idea that this is all communist type, socialist type mentality. And like I say, this is why they can't think. They're all going to the cliff and going off the cliff. They're not thinking. They're not you know, okay, everything is free, you know, and they don't understand, well, okay, if it's free, who's going to pay for it? You know, I mean, it's not fully thought out. And, you know, they're having a problem, and they think somebody needs to fix their problem. And instead of thinking, well, what can I do to fix my problem? You know, this isn't, you know, fixing people's problems. People expect others to do this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, you know, I don't, like I say, I don't read enough on the social media, but do they talk about social media, about different options on fixing problems, bettering your life, making better decisions? Do they talk about that stuff? I don't know. Something to think on. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.